Good morning, Facebook Live world, and happy Wednesday morning. I hope you're all having a great week. I hope that those of you who have started school already are having a great time, and I know a lot of you start next week, so that's going to be fun for everyone and for traffic, but fun for school. So happy Wednesday. I wanted to share one of my pet peeves today because it happened to me a couple of days ago. And someone said, if you don't set high expectations, you'll never be disappointed. Thinking, coño, why do people think that? That is it, it's so backwards. And then I looked up quotes about expectations, and for every one positive one, every other one was, if you don't set yourself up with high expectations, you'll never be disappointed. Don't have expectations of people and you'll never be disappointed. Hola, Maria Alejandra, Cristina, fitness girl. Um, but it just irks me because it's actually the other way around. And I remember when I first read The Go-Giver, and people who know me, you've either gotten this book from me randomly in the mail or you've gotten it for your birthday or whatever special occasion. I read this book in 2008, love it, believe in it, have read it hundreds of times, have given away 200 copies. I just really believe in the book. And although the 5 laws of stratospheric success that it talks about, good morning, in the book, one of the most important and impactful things for me was right there in chapter 2, super easy, where Joe, the character who goes to speak with his mentor, Pindar, is telling him, they're talking about, hi, Ivan, they're talking about things that you want in life. And Pindar, who's the mentor, who's telling him, you don't always get what you want. And Joe says, are you saying that that's not true, that you do get what you want? And Pindar says, you don't always get what you want, but you always get what you expect. Now, I don't know that before 2008, I was a high or a low expectation person. I've always been a dreamer. I've always focused on things that I want, and I've always had goals. But as far as expectation, this really set the tone for me. And since I read this book, I really began to deliberately be aware of my expectations. And I remember the first time we were in Africa, as we were making our way to Kili, there was a herd of elephants. And we were, that we made way, we had to pull over and watch them cross an entire herd, a family, beautiful. I just love elephants. I think they're majestic and awe-inspiring and so family. Good morning, Ivan. And I remember that one of the guides was telling us a story about elephants. And he said, have you ever seen an elephant tied to a tiny little stake in the ground with a rope around its leg? And you're thinking, what the hell? This elephant could easily, just pull its leg with not too much force and pry itself free. And he says that what happens is that in countries where they use elephants for work, and we've all seen that, what they do is when a baby elephant is born, they take that baby elephant and they tie a rope around its leg and they tie the other end to a stake in the ground. Now, naturally, that baby elephant starts pulling and pulling, trying to yank itself free, but it doesn't have the strength because it's still a baby. So it tries for days and weeks to no avail, and before you know it, it gives up. Now, before that elephant is fully grown, you know that it's strong enough to just pull its leg out and that stake is gone. It's not an issue. But it doesn't even try. You know why? Because it doesn't expect to be able to free itself. And that, to me, was so impactful to hear that, because you know that the elephants are more than capable of setting themselves free from that little stake in the ground. But they don't even try because their expectation is that they're not going to be able to free themselves. And I started thinking, as a coach and as a dreamer and as a mom and as a grandma and people that I've interacted with throughout my life, that I'm thinking there are people who really do not have, hi Edward, do not have that expectation for themselves. And without the expectation, nothing's going to happen. So I just wanted to mention that because I think the elephants are such a big way of showing how something so small, good morning, how something so small can really stand in our way of what we want to do. So I'd like to encourage you to raise your expectations. Hi, Helene. Raise your expectations and realize that sometimes there's something tiny, little that anyone else would look at it from the outside and say, is that really what's holding you back? But it is. It is holding us. Hi, I see that, Helena. I love your post. Love you. And I just wanted to mention that today because I think that a lot of us are not setting high enough expectations for ourselves because we don't want to be disappointed. You know, I would rather aim super high and miss than aim low and hit it every time. That's just me. I think that might be a lot of people. I love that. But I think be aware of that if you can for a moment or for a while and just sit and think about that, things that might be holding you back because you haven't set that high expectation for yourself. I will be honest, every expectation that I set for myself, whether it's subtle or whether it's very deliberate and direct, I have hit, because the only way that you can miss a very, very high expectation that you set for yourself is by quitting. And if you are very committed to your why, there is no reason for you to quit. There might be obstacles, there might be issues getting in your way that might knock you down, but you know if you're committed, you're going to get back up. So please set those high expectations for yourself, as high as they can be. Don't worry about being disappointed. Don't worry about, being embarrassed if you tell people. That's one of the things that I love most about Facebook, that I'll put something out there and then I'll say, the entirety of Facebook, the Facebook world is my accountability buddy, because I know that I've put it out there and I have this thing that I can't shy away from a challenge, but I can't not complete what I'm going for. So I just wanted to invite you to that today. I posted something on Facebook which really hit home for me. It was a 6-year-old talking, and I was in this mode of back to school, and it said, my teacher believed that I was smarter than I was, so I was. And I tagged a lot of teachers who have been so influential in my life. But I want you to do that. I want you to set high expectations for yourself. I want you to have high expectations for your children. Not become a Nazi parent. I don't believe in that. But set the expectation that you believe in them and in their ability to reach their full potential, whatever that may be for them, in their ability to achieve their dreams. Again, whatever that might be for them. Sometimes we have plans for our children. Theirs are very different, and God's are different still, and God's are always perfect. So I just wanted to invite you to please set high expectations for yourself. Expect to succeed at whatever it is that you're doing. Expect to be the best at what you do, because you can be. And expect to achieve all of your dreams and live the life that you deserve. Have a great one, guys. Thank you.